Are we waiting for Dale?
Yeah, he's, as far as I know, he's joining us. I just got a call that I wasn't able to answer. I'm not sure if that was him. But yeah, he emailed me a little over an hour ago about the meeting. So it sounded like he's going to join us.
Okay.
I don't think we have a quorum yet anyway, so we can't even start without him.
How many do we need for a quorum?
11. I count 9 so far. Wait, 10. I didn't check that. No, 11. We have 11. Yeah, as far as I know, Dale was gonna be with us.
Short timer.
Yeah, maybe he's already forgotten.
I've only got 10. Oh, here, 11. Okay. That.
Well, we can probably go ahead and get started. Randy, I'll send you the chair agenda if you can take over, and when Dale joins us, he'll assume the duties.
Okay.
All right, so yeah, whenever, let me know when you get that, and then we can go ahead and start.
Oh, Georgie's here.
Must be the airwaves are clogged today, Scott.
Weird.
Right?
Yeah.
I could just download it from the mag site, right?
Yeah, it could. There's a special chair agenda that tells you what to say, but if you just want to.
Oh, there it is.
Okay, good. Try to make it easy.
The help I can get in saying the right stuff.
We try to make it easy for the chair.
Okay. Let's see here. Oh, now my computer's not playing well. In just a second.
Oh, no, Dale just emailed me asking how to log into the meeting. Let me send him the thing.
Okay. Well, hopefully he is successful in logging in.
There's Dale. Thought I saw him. Yeah.
There we go. Got a link. It worked good. Finally.
Good.
All right. Sorry about that. All right. We all ready?
Yeah, we've got plenty of quorum.
Okay. All right. Right. I'd like to call this meeting to order, the Mag Building Code Committee. The meeting is called to order this time. Fortunately, I'll let you know, this will be my last one. I'm retiring at the first of the month. 3/1 will be my end of tour. So, but meeting is streamed live on YouTube. Please state your name to make a comment or ask questions. We'll begin our roll call of all members.
Adrian Allegria, Apache Junction, or anybody from Apache Junction. Brett Harris, Avondale.
Here.
Mike Izzo, Buckeye.
Here.
Mike Tibbet, Carefree. Ben Carr, Cave Creek. Lee Ray Hanley, Chandler. Brigham Bennett, El Mirage. Mark White, Florence. Anyone from Fountain Hills. Larry Taylor, Gilbert.
Present.
Georgie Pavlovic, Glendale.
Here.
Brian Bertucci, Litchfield Park. Dale Garcia, Maricopa. Mark Sipes, Maricopa County.
Here.
John Sheffer, Mesa.
Here.
Chuck Ransom, Paradise Valley. Dennis Chase, Peoria. Tom Wandery, Phoenix.
Here.
Mike Williams, Queen Creek. Gerardo Bonillas, Scottsdale.
Here.
Carl Montgomery, Surprise. No? Okay. Mike Baxley, Tempe.
Here.
Kevin Bruce, Wickenburg.
Looks like he's still connecting to audio.
Okay. Gregory Arrington, Youngtown. Jackson Mole Homebuilders Association.
I'm here.
Sharon Bonesteel, SRP.
He's retired.
She is?
She is.
Okay. Well, she's not coming on her free time then. Mike McMillan, Brown and Associates. Randall Westacott, Goodyear.
Here.
And Dale Crandall, Tolleson.
Here.
And one last call, Kevin Bruce, to get connected. Okay. Mr.
Carl
Chair,
Montgomery.
we have a quorum.
Thank you. All right, we'll move to agenda item number 2, call to the audience. First called, it's opportunity for public to comment on items that fall under the MAG's jurisdictions. Are there any that are not on the agenda that are open for discussion but not to vote on or action? Are there anybody to need comments?
We have not received any comment prior to the meeting.
All right, okay. All right, item 3, approval of minutes from October 19th, 2022. Isn't that long? If anybody had a chance to look at it, need a motion to approve.
Mr. Chair, I'll make a motion to approve the minutes as written.
Thank you, Mike. Need a second?
I'll second it, Mike Izzo.
Hey, Mike, thank you. I have a motion to approve in a second. All in favor, say aye. Or we have to do a roll call on that one.
Well, we do say aye first. And then
Just
we'll do a
aye?
roll call.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye. Aye.
Oppose? Right.
All right, I'm going to do a roll call vote. I'll just say your city or town or jurisdiction. Apache Junction. Avondale.
Aye.
Buckeye.
Aye.
Carefree. Cave Creek. Chandler. El Mirage. Florence, Fountain Hills, Gilbert,
Aye.
Glendale,
Aye.
Litchfield Park, Maricopa City, Maricopa County,
Aye.
Mesa,
Aye.
Paradise Valley, Peoria, Phoenix,
Aye.
Queen Creek, Scottsdale,
Aye.
Surprise,
Yes, aye.
Tempe,
Aye.
Wickenburg, Youngtown, Goodyear,
Aye.
and Towson.
Aye.
Thank you. Motion passes.
Okay. All right, thank you. All right, I'm gonna move on to item number 4, stem wall repair requirements. Item 4, the stem wall repair requirements here present is Bob Brown. This item is for information and discussion only.
No, it's not.
No, it's
Sorry.
not. It's for voting, huh?
Yeah. Did I write
Okay.
that wrong?
Yeah, that's all right. We'll got no problem voting on it. Right. Bob, you have the floor. Or
Thank
do we
you.
or do we have one? Or are we gonna just vote on it?
I think he needs to at least present it.
Oh, there you are.
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, there you go, Bob. Thank you.
So those of you who know me, first of all, by way of introduction, know me as the founder and CEO of Arizona Foundation Solutions. Been a lot of talk of retirement. I have now sold my business. So now I am speaking just as a member of the public with no connection to Arizona Foundation Solutions other than I'm their qualifying party until they find somebody to be a qualifying party. The purpose of bringing this today is because there's a little bit of discontinuity between the various cities on this requirement. By way of introduction, I think we might have introduced it at the last meeting, but just as a review, stem walls typically have a piece of rebar, usually number 4, running around the perimeter. It's exposed to a lot of moisture, begins to oxidize and grow in size and splits out the concrete, cracking it and eventually knocking chunks off and causing problems. And so the city of Phoenix has for about maybe a year or 2 has required permitting, and other cities have now come on board. I believe Scottsdale and maybe Tempe, and I think maybe Glendale or Peoria are now requiring it. But there's a lot of uncertainty, especially in the real estate community, when you're talking about spuds and doing work that's required for a permit. Real estate agents don't really understand how to advise their clients how to answer those questions because there's not a lot of uniformity in the permitting. So I presented a proposal. Scott, did you send that proposal out to everybody?
Yeah, the proposal is part of the agenda packet.
Okay, so you'll see there what we're proposing in a format. A couple of caveats. This is generally smaller size jobs, anywhere from maybe a half a day to 2 days. So it's a little difficult on the inspection part of it. And I've suggested in the document that we have been working to have special inspectors work with city inspectors to do a video inspection because otherwise it becomes too difficult. And then the problem is if it's too difficult, then contractors are just not going to do it. With that, I would propose for MAG to adopt a uniform requirement for permitting of this nature for projects of this nature so that everybody knows what to expect of it. With that, I'll just leave it open for discussion.
And Mr. Chair, can I add that this the proposal would become part of the MAG Building Codes and Amendment Standards Manual, This is it's a set of code amendments and standards that are optional for jurisdictions to adopt, but they have the recommendation of MAG for anyone who does want to adopt them and refer to them.
Great, thank you. Thank you, Bob. This time we'll open it up for comments by any of the members. Before you do, make sure you state your name and what jurisdiction you're from. Any comments at all? Well, then hearing none, is there a motion to approve or deny this proposal? Okay. In a motion, approve or deny? Nope.
There's a lot of silence out there.
Yes.
Might I ask, Mr. Chair, is the silence related to the fact that people haven't reviewed the information or are currently reviewing it to see how they want to comment?
Very possible. I know I'm in my other job-related stuff that I'm going into after end of the month in the inspection world for doing real estate inspections and stuff. You come across horizontal cracking in the stem wall all the time. The older the house you see, you actually see sections that the rebar is actually blowing out on them. And I actually think it would be a very good idea to have a permitting process that is, you have some way to be able to, for an inspector who's in the field, to be able to say, hey, per this requirement, you're required to get a permit and get it inspected, make sure it's done properly, because if not, there's nothing to check it at all. So that's my 2 cents worth. So
I will comment that it's a part of the structural foundation system, and there's usually drilling and doweling that's required. So when there's drilling and doweling required, you generally need special inspections. So under most code provisions, I think that it would be required.
Mr. Chair, this is Larry Taylor Gilbert.
go ahead, Larry.
I'm certainly not opposed to this. I'm not sure it's needed. As Bob just said, this is really following the code that we currently have. If there's people doing this in Gilbert without a permit, they're doing it illegally. These are structural repairs and they should have a permit. So my personal opinion is I don't, would we allow video inspections? Absolutely, we do that. So I guess my personal opinion is I don't know that this is needed. I'm not opposed to it.
Okay, anybody else?
Mr. Chair, as far as allowing video inspections, I don't know that every community on here is set up with video inspections. I understand that this is an optional thing that a jurisdiction can adopt or not. But I know currently Goodyear doesn't have a video inspection process. And I do agree with Larry that, yeah, it's a structural repair. They should have a permit in order to do that. And so if people are doing it without permits, we know in all of our jurisdictions that people do work without permits often, and it's not till a later date that we find out. And then it's trying to backpedal and how do we rectify that? If this brings clarity to real estate community and how they can direct their clients to do stuff, then I would say I'd be for it.
Hey, Mr. Chair.
Yes.
Mike Baxley here, Tempe. I gotta agree with both Randy and Larry on this, is that we already require a permit for structural repair like this. This is not like trying to repair for, spalling where you might be next to a strap or something like this. This is for a structural repair and we would require a permit for that. Or in case of new construction, some sort of design repair resubmitted back in during the construction of it. So I don't know that creating something that's already in the code is necessarily warranted here. We do some video inspections already here, but it's not our norm yet in going that way. So I just wanted to chime in and kind of lend my support behind what both Larry and Randy had already stated.
Let me comment briefly about that, if I may. In my previous life as the owner of Arizona Foundation Solutions, we made it a point to go and talk to the various jurisdictions and inquire as to whether a permit was needed for this. And we got varying degrees of answers. So there is obviously some confusion about it. And I don't really know what their practice is now, since I'm not really actively involved with them. But I don't believe when I was there several months ago that they were pulling permits in every city just based on those conversations that they had when they called in to inquire about it.
Well, we need to either table this for more discussion, or we need a motion to approve or deny.
I don't think per our regular order we have to take action. We agendize it as possible action. So if there's no motion and the discussion's over, I think we can move on. But
Okay. Do we need to table it, or just drop it completely?
well, if we want to bring it back, we can table it.
If we table it, we can bring it back at another meeting time or something, have time to discuss it again, or.
Sure, although you probably shouldn't say we for that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
But yeah, that'd be fine.
Here
I will look at it as a group.
Here, Georgia from City of Glendale. Obviously, since Bob Brown is bringing that, obviously they have some issues in some jurisdictions, and this is why we exist. If we can kind of help out in that way and make it more unified. My experience here from Arizona Foundation Solutions, approving for years as a structural engineer. I don't remember ever that project going to second review. These guys know what they are doing. They are very, very specialized in that area. If us approving it will help them make more jurisdiction putting in a correct order how it's supposed to be per building code. Again, I agree that it's additional on the top of the building code, but obviously some jurisdictions are not enforcing building codes as they should. So again, I'm all for approving it. But if you guys agree that we need to maybe have a further discussion, I'm all for that as well. So I don't want to make anybody uncomfortable to approve something that they're not comfortable. So.
And I don't know that we need to approve something that nobody's going to adopt if it's already in the code. But that's up to the committee members.
Well,
Mr. Chair?
yes, go ahead, Randy.
Randy Westacott, City of Goodyear. I think, listening to Mr. Brown and his comments about, not all jurisdictions are doing things the same. Perhaps one of the things that, the MAG Building Codes Committee serves is to educate the members, right? So if there are member jurisdictions that aren't requiring permitting for this, maybe part of our job is to help bring the bar up, essentially, to educate some of these jurisdictions that may not have the backgrounds that the rest of the jurisdictions have, and how to apply the codes and when it should require a permit, so on and so forth. So in moving forward with something like this and other types of proposals like this, maybe part of our job is just to move forward with the adoption of this proposal and then making sure that we convey the message to all of our member jurisdictions that we've had a change and here's why the change, almost like a commentary as to why we did this.
And I think there's some language in there. The beginning of it kind of describes what the issue is that hopefully would cover that explanation too.
Mm-hmm.
So if we have no motion, then we can't vote on it. So
That's definitely true.
we just table it now.
Okay.
And we'll move it to a different, maybe to the next MAG meeting. You guys can discuss it and vote on it then. But we'll move on to item number 5.
Is there
Is there a motion? Do we have to have a motion to table it,
Mm.
or do we just want to drop it completely?
no, I just wanted to ask, is there a desire to continue talking about this? What I don't get a good sense of
Yeah, I don't either.
what we should do from the members.
I feel like we've been talking about this for a year or so.
Well, we first started talking about it in October.
Bad concerning this, yeah. So,
Oh, Mr. Chair,
Good, Mr. Taylor.
this is Larry Taylor again, Gilbert. When Randy touched on the education piece of it, I noticed that Mr. Brown didn't mention Gilbert when he was talking about those that require permits. So, from my standpoint, I'm going to go back and talk to my staff and make sure that they understand that we need to be requiring permits for this. Again, staff isn't going to be aware of this being put into a MAG standard.
True.
Unless I talk to them anyway. So what I'm taking away from this discussion is I'll be having a discussion with my staff and making sure that they're educated and know what we should be requiring permits for this, but I'm still not in favor of adopting this when it's already in the code.
My question is in the process of this, a lot of times when they do stem repairs, their homeowners are doing it themselves and not contracting with somebody, a qualified contractor. So you might see maybe a 1% maybe of these being done. So I think it needs to be also put out there, education of the real estate agents also through their form of some type, so that when they have this problem, that they get it repaired properly. So, but you do see it a lot. It is out there all the time. And so, but at this point in time, if we don't have a motion to approve or deny, I think we just move on and move on to the next item on the agenda this time. Scott, you got that appropriate?
That's like, as far as I know, yeah. Let's do it.
Okay.
All right. Thanks, everybody, for your time. I appreciate it.
Thank you,
Thanks,
Bob.
Bob.
Appreciate it. All right, we'll move to item number 5, Building Code Committee, Vice Chair appointments, Chair and Vice Chair appointments. So I discussed about Building Code Committee Chair and Vice Chair appointments. Scott, you want to take over on this?
Yes, thank you, Mr. Chair. The standard chair and vice chair appointments run from July 1st to June 30th for 2 years, with Dale retiring in 2 weeks. Our current vice chair, Randy Westacott, will move up to the chair, and then he will finish Dale's term through the end of June 30th, and then he'll start his own 2-year term as chair. At this point, we are looking for a new vice chair who will start as soon as possible. And then once Randy's term as chair is over on June 30th, 2025, then that vice chair will become chair for 2 years. So if you have any desire to become the next vice chair, please contact me as soon as possible. And I think we'll need a letter from your city or town manager recommending you. I think that's the formal process, but yeah, I think the letter asks for them by May 15th, but given that Dale is retiring, we can take them even sooner than that and get you appointed sooner than the normal process. We typically like to have east-west balance. This last time we did appointments, we weren't able to achieve that. But ideally, we would get somebody from the East Valley or central part of the region. But that's not a requirement by any means. So any voting member can become the next vice chair. So let me know.
Thank you, Scott. Okay. All right, moving on to item number 6, updates MAG Building Code Committee membership. Please provide any updates to MAG Building Code Committee membership list to Scott. Looks like we have some new members out there.
Yes, we do.
So, all right. Item 7, update survey for code adoptions. Please get with Scott and make sure any updates and surveys for code adoptions. So, any new ones out there that adopted anything in the 21 code?
Yeah,
Not yet, huh? Yeah.
Chair, Mike
ahead.
Baxley, City of Tempe. Currently, we are pursuing the ability to adopt the IGCC, the 2018 IGCC, as a voluntary code.
Which year?
18, Scott?
IGCC, got it.
It'll be later this year before it gets through all the committees and everything and becomes effective.
I can add that to the pending, whatever
Yes.
the last column is.
Okay. Anybody else? All right, moving on. Topics for future agenda. Anybody have anything that could go for a future agenda? Get with Scott, so we could get it on the meeting. And it looks like the next meeting you'll have is March 15th, Randy.
Maybe.
If nothing else comes before us,
Well, before we adjourn, I just want to say thank you for your service, for being the vice chair and then chair of the Building Codes Committee and serving your city for so long, Dale.
thank you.
We'll miss you.
Yeah.
You won't miss us.
I'll think about y'all when I'm fishing.
Don't think about us.
thanks, Dale.
Yeah,
I thought we would-
Congratulations, Dale.
thank you.
I do wish you well in your retirement, and just it's too bad we didn't get to see each other in person.
Yeah.
After the announcement and before the retirement, but
Yeah, it was, I was going to wait till August to retire, but some health issues with my physically, mentally challenged brother-in-law caused some to expedite a little bit. So,
Sure.
So I moved it up 5 months. It's okay,
Yeah. You've earned it.
It will be different.
Yep.
So,
Congratulations, Dale. That's awesome, man.
thank you.
yeah,
Best
enjoy
wishes,
it.
Dale.
Thank you, Jackson. Well, thank you all for joining the meeting today, and you guys take care.
All right. You too.
Meeting is adjourned. Thank you.
Enjoy.